This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
The other thing I want you to know, because I don't know where these Dolphin fans come from. And let me tell you something that's really cool about being an older fan compared to some of you younger fans. And I'm getting it from some of the younger fans. You don't really get this a lot from the older fans. The younger fans are complaining about, oh, you looked, like Tua, you took him out too early. You're overthinking this. You let them back into the game, which, by the way, they never really had a shot at winning the game. It was never really threatened whatsoever. It's 30-15. They needed 15 more. They needed another 8 points to kind of make it interesting, and they never got that. Okay. So, bottom line, one of the things that I think some of you, and I don't know what the hell's going on, you've had a shitty team for a quarter century. You've had a terrible franchise for a quarter century. Any of you complaining about anything with the Dolphins right now, you don't deserve to have this season. 8-3 is phenomenal. 8-3 is heaven. And they did the smart thing in the second half. Their O-line got discombobulated. Tua was all of a sudden now taking all kinds of shots, which he was untouched for weeks. Why? You're up comfortably. Brother, your team should be good enough. The first team offense did their job. They put 30 on the board. You're a defense. You're not even supposed to allow the Houston Texans to threaten you. And they got some points. It was over. They got it done. Whatever. But I don't care who you beat in the NFL. The Jags beat the Ravens yesterday, 28-27. Beat them to the point that Lamar Jackson was mother effing a fan on his way out. The Raiders, the Seahawks are having a really good season, and they need these wins in order to kind of lock themselves into the playoffs. Well, they go and lose to the sorry-ass Raiders, 40-34. The Bucks, Tommy Boy, he lost Giselle. He lost his money with FTX, and he lost yesterday to the Browns and Jabroni Brisket. He lost to a jabroni. The Dolphins pounded a jabroni 2 weeks ago. Just because you're supposed to beat a team doesn't mean you always beat them. It's the NFL. Others can surprise you, like the Browns, like the Raiders, like the Jags. Bad teams can surprise you. By the way, did the Dolphins not lose to some guy called Stanky Fingers last year in London? Yeah. And they were better than the Jags at that point. Now, they had terrible coaching, but the coaching you have now is getting the job done. And they're winning the games they're supposed to win. They've only lost the games when they don't have their quarterback. Because as you can see, there's a drop-off if you lose Brandon Jones. There's a drop-off if you lose Teron Armstead, and there's certainly a drop-off every time you lose Tua Tagovailoa. And you've watched it every time. And we like Skyler, but he's still green. He still has to learn. He missed open guys yesterday. Throws he's supposed to make, but he's young. Crap happens, dude. But please appreciate what's going on. 8-3. I think I read one of the writers locally, and I wish I could. I think it was Joe Shad, actually. I think he pointed out that it was 2001, the last time they were 8-3. It's been over 20 years the last time you were 8-3. Do not complain about a damn thing. Appreciate. This is awesome, dude. This is fantastic. Your first-year coach who has had a ton of adversity from off the field stuff from the beginning of the offseason with the owner's buffooneries and all that kind of stuff to everything, every other injury that's gone on this year, because the Dolphins get no breaks. None whatsoever, dude. I hate that. And that's the one thing the championship teams usually have, my friends. They usually get some luck with injuries. I'm hoping that the Dolphins' luck now starts here in the second half where guys start to get healthy and come back. Would be really nice. So please appreciate this. It's 8-3. This doesn't happen to us at all. I'm not even going to tell you ever so often. It hasn't happened in over 20 years. That's never. I hope we don't have to wait another 20 years to go 8-3. Appreciate it, man. I don't know where it's going to end, but I'm ready for it to end in Arizona. I can tell you that. That's for damn sure.
This is the Big O Show. This is the